Hello everyone, thank you for coming back to my channel, Miss Cook It All. And today I'm going to show you how to do a red snapper fish baked in the oven. Also, we're gonna do yellow roasted potatoes with it and asparagus. So first, I do have my red snapper fish. I went to the market today and pretty much they just cleaned it for me, and they've already, you know, again, just fillet it open and just cleaned everything out in the inside for me. I've already rinsed it off. So first we're going to start by adding about 3 to 4 cuts on each side of the fish. That way when I get ready to season it, everything will just soak in. So we're gonna start by making those slices first. You don't want to go too far into it, just enough. So about 3 to 4. And this is going to be for both sides of the fish. So we're just going to flip him over. And the same thing. About 4 slices. All right. So next, we're going to season him lightly, and I am going to also make a paste to go over. So first we're just going to season him lightly, again on both sides, and then apply some lemon and a little onion in the inside. So first we're going to start with a little seasoned salt. A little seasoned pepper. And I have some Old Bay seasoning. So since we use the salt, we won't use a lot of the Old Bay, but you don't want to make it too salty. Again, it's going to be the same thing. All right, and so now we're going to add the lemon, just a few slices of the lemon in the inside of the fish. So we're going to cut that. At about however many you choose. You can do about 4 slices, 4 or 5 slices of lemon is fine. Just enough to make it flavorful. And then we're also going to add rosemary. So again, this is optional. You don't have to do rosemary. I'll do about 2 sticks of rosemary. 2. Now for the paste of the fish, we're going to put everything into a blender. So first we're going to start with some cilantro, and this is maybe about a handful of cilantro. Also, we're going to add olive oil. About, I would say maybe about a half a cup of olive oil. And last but not least, we're going to add some red chili peppers just to kind of spice it up. Again, this part is optional, so you don't have to add the chili peppers. We like spicy food, so we can add about 3 or 4 chili peppers. So these are the chili peppers. You can add about 3 or 4 of these. So you can see. And now we're just going to blend this just to make sure everything is evenly done. Just gonna put this on a blend. So give me 1 second. Let's blend that So the paste should look like this. So now we're just gonna pour it on the top of the fish. All right, so we're back. We have our fish. We're just gonna pour this paste that we made on top of the fish. You don't have to use all of it, just enough. Again, it's definitely just to your liking. All right, and so this is how it should look. Now we're going to put it in the oven at about 430 degrees. You do not have to cover it, and you can put it in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes, and of course just check it periodically. All right, so now we have our baby yellow potatoes, but of course in the grocery store it may be gold potatoes. Whichever you want to call it is definitely fine. So I've already rinsed these, so now this will be just easy. Just gonna give it a little drizzle with grapeseed oil, season it, and pop these off into the oven as well. So first we're gonna start with grapeseed oil, just a little, just enough to coat the potatoes. And my go-to, my vegetable season. Gonna season these. All right. And then we're also just gonna have black pepper. And a pinch of salt. Okay, so now we're going to just toss these with your hand, and we're just gonna put these up into the little pan or the casserole dish that I have, and we're just gonna roast these as well. And it'll take about, I'll say maybe about 20 minutes, since your oven is already on the same temperature. Just pop them into the oven and then just check them periodically as well. We're just gonna pour these. Make sure they're flat and pop them into the oven. You do not have to cover these as well, since you are going to be roasting these. You don't have to cover them with any foil or anything. All right, now so we're going to start on the asparagus. I've already rinsed my asparagus off. Just kind of dried them lightly with the paper towel. Also, I have 1 clove of garlic here. We're going to cut that up next, so you can put that to the side. Then with your asparagus, you want to cut off about 1 to 2 inches. It's definitely up to you, but you just want to get rid of this part. So let's just show you. Set some of these to the side. So the way I make my asparagus is I just kind of line them up. Then I want to cut off about 1 to 2 inches. I believe that's about 1 to 2 inches. So we're just going to cut them here. And then for the remainder, just kind of level them and just make sure all of them are the same size. This is now how your stem should look after you cut your asparagus. So now we're going to put these to the side, and we're going to cut our garlic. If you want to dice them, it's up to you. If you have minced garlic at home and not whole garlic, that's fine as well. I just like to cut mine one time, and then we're just going to saute the asparagus. All right, so now that my butter is pretty much melted, we're going to add the garlic that we chopped earlier. And now we're also going to add the asparagus. Just going to lay these into the pan. And now we could just take our tongs or whatever you have at home and just pretty much just roll these around. Just so they can be evenly coated with that butter and garlic. And now we can add our seasoning. So our seasoning is just simple seasoning, the same vegetable seasoning that you have, or any all-purpose seasoning that you have, and just a little pepper, and that's it. And we were gonna just cover this, cook it for about, I would say, 5 to 8 minutes. Just depends on how you like your asparagus. All right, so I just took the fish out of the oven, and this is the final product of it. Now we're just gonna plate it with the potatoes and the asparagus, and then bon appetit. All right, so we just plated our fish with the yellow roasted potatoes. So this is the final product. Again, I will put all of the ingredients in the description below. Also, we have the asparagus that we did, and I just added just a little mozzarella cheese on top. So hopefully you guys like this recipe. Again, leave a comment below. Also like this page, subscribe, of course, click that link in the bio for more recipes to come. Thank you. Have a good night.